Hi, it's Suey here, and as part of my UGUST celebration, I wanted to do another video highlighting some YA books. This one is going to be about underrated YA books that maybe you've never heard of, or maybe I've never talked about, or maybe have flown under the radar a little bit. Some of them might be a little bit older. Some of them might be local authors that you don't know of. Some of them I might have talked about before, but I was trying to think of some books that I really, really love that have never been discussed on this channel. And I want to pump them up for YA reading in UGUST. I've picked 10 books out to show you down here in my little YA reading corner. The first one I don't actually have a hard copy of, and I don't know why, because I have bought many copies of it and given them away. This is why I love this book so much, and I don't know why I don't have my own copy. It makes me crazy. I read it from the library and never actually went and got my own copy. But anyway, this one is called Deacon Locke Went to Prom by Katcher. It is a story of our boy, Deacon Locke, who ends up taking his grandma to prom. Is it his grandma? Yes, his grandma. And now I can't remember exactly what brings him to this decision, and then he becomes an internet sensation because of it. He kind of goes viral because he does that, and then it's how he deals with that, and there's all kinds of other underlying issues in his life that he's dealing with, and I just love this character. He is so great. He's just great, and the book is funny, and it's heartwarming, and it's got all the things. So that is one that I might have mentioned before, but I wanted to shout it out in this underrated YA books video. Okay, let's just go through this stack here. This one I just thought of at the very end here that I remember loving when I read it. My Big Nose and Other Natural Disasters by Sydney Salter. She is a local author, or she was back in the day. In my blogging days, I'm not sure what happened to her because I don't think I've seen any books by her lately. I should look it up and see if I've been missing some stuff. But this is just your typical summer romance rom-com kind of a book where our girl is saving up to get a nose job so that she can become popular and maybe model and other goals she has for herself. And then during the course of the summer, she finds out that being popular is not all it's cracked up to be, and that maybe people will love you for who you are. I don't know. It's so funny. I love it. This one, I had to look up if it's considered YA, and I found out that there's a reason why I'm a little confused, because this one was marketed as adult, but then it was remarketed as YA. So it definitely blurs the line. This is Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. There's a series. It's a lovely fantasy series with great magic and in an intense romance. People who love the romantic stuff, but maybe not quite so, open door, shall we say. This one you might like better than those other popular books right now if you have some issues with those. This one is great. I have not finished the series, but I remember loving this one and wanting to keep going, and then everything just keeps getting bumped ahead of it. I do not know why. Okay, here's another one. There's a couple of these that I get mixed up, but because they're very similar in theme, but this one is called What I Like About You by Marissa Kanter. And this is the one where our girl has a YA book blog that pairs epic custom cupcakes with covers and reviews. And then the boy is also popular. He is a graphic novelist, and they clash online, I think it is, but in real life they come together in real life, but they don't know who each other is, or he doesn't know who she is, or something like that. Anyway, kind of one of those mistaken identity ones because of online identities. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, it's another really fun rom-com that I love. This one is deeper. This author it's Andy Ellis. She's a local author, and her books blur the line between middle grade and YA. But I tend to think of them more as YA because their subject matters are always really deep and are really hard things that the kids are dealing with. In this particular one, the back says, imagine if you had witnessed something horrific. Imagine if it had happened to your friend. And imagine if you hadn't done anything to help. She really writes page-turning stories about hard things and really makes you think. I would highly, highly, highly recommend her. Check out her stuff. Read them all. They're all so good. This one people maybe have heard of, but I feel like it flies under the radar and is underrated. The Black Witch, the first book in the Black Witch Chronicles by Laurie Forrest. This is kind of an epic fantasy with all kinds of creatures and all kinds of magic. A little bit like an older Harry Potter maybe, because she goes to a magical college and everybody has their own magic powers, and she's inheriting some powers that makes people want to seek her out and probably kill her. It discusses a lot of like race relations, because there's a lot of issues amongst all the different kinds of people and creatures in this book. So it's kind of powerful that way. And that has, I think there's 3 books in that one. I think I may have mentioned this one before, but it definitely underrated YA book. All the Truth That's in Me by Julie Berry. All of her books are really, really great too. Another author that I would love to recommend more to people. This one is about a girl who has been kidnapped and has disappeared for years. And then one day she just comes back and her tongue has been cut out, so she can't talk, but she is observing lots of things. And this is her story that she's telling. This is the first book in a series. This number 1 is called Seers by Heather Frost. The girl in this book ends up being able to see people's auras. And that tells her lots of different things about people. And there's demons, demon hunting, people. I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are currently into demon hunting. In fact, I was thinking about doing a video about that. And this should be on my list if I suggest books that people who are currently into demon hunting, K-pop or otherwise, might like. I love this one. It's so adorable. Sean Griswold's Head by Lindsey Leavitt. Lindsey Leavitt also writes so many fun, amazing, great books. These ones could also maybe be considered borderline middle grade and YA, but this one's a romance. What if the love of your life was literally right in front of you? I mean, it's one of those stories where it's just normal people finding out normal things about each other, and then you find out people aren't maybe so normal, like everybody's extraordinary and cool. Peyton's guidance counselor tells her she needs a focus object, something to concentrate her emotions on while she deals with her dad's multiple sclerosis. The object is supposed to be inanimate, but Peyton chooses Sean Griswold's head. It's much cuter than the atom models or anything else she stares at. As Peyton starts stalking or focusing on Sean's big blonde head, her research quickly grows into something a little less scientific and a lot more crush-like. Cute. Okay, another epic fantasy series that I loved is the Finnikin of the Rock series by Melina Marchetta. Yes, so good, so good. I don't know, it's just an epic fantasy. It's gonna be, the same sort of familiar thing that you're gonna find in all the epic fantasies, but I just really, really loved this one especially. This one definitely flies under the radar. I wish more people would talk about it. All right, there you have it. 10 books that I love that I probably might not have talked about very much on this channel before. Maybe never before. Some of them I might have mentioned before, but anyways, ones that I really wish people could pay more attention to or would pay more attention to. Some underrated books that I would highly, highly, highly recommend for you to go and check out. Hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.